Hi, and welcome back to Here on My Bench. It's me, Zach, and today I'm going to share with you a story about a time where I talked to gorillas. And no, this isn't a fake story, so stay tuned because it's pretty cool. But actually, what reminded me of it was, as I was looking around my room for things, was this picture of me last year at the zoo. One of the staff took this picture, and it's me and this orangutan looking at each other and looking into each other's eyes, and it reminded me of the time where I talked to gorillas. And so as you know, I love animals, I love nature, I love the outdoors. And so in college I was writing a paper. Boring start to a story. Yeah, I know, give me a break, okay? Writing a paper, and they said you can write a paper about any community you want, and people are like, oh, I'm going to choose this human community and this human community, and I'm like, why? I'm going to choose the gorilla community because they're pretty close to humans, but they're also like animals, and we can't just like talk to them. And so I went to the zoo, you know, for class. Awesome. Also, I got an excuse to go to the zoo for a college class. Smart. You know, who's the smart one in the class? I was. Go to the zoo. And I go to where the gorillas are. It's early spring and no one's there, so I kind of have the whole place to myself. And I noticed that the gorillas were doing this thing. One gorilla, two gorilla. One gorilla would come here, and the other one would move like here. This gorilla would move here, and then the other gorilla would move here. And it's like they just kept trading places wherever they were in their cage. And so I asked the gorilla keeper, again, lucky enough to be able to talk to the gorilla keeper. I asked her, are they like sharing the space? Or, you know, what is going on with these gorillas? And she says, no. Well, one of these gorillas is dominant and the other one is submissive. And so when this one moves here, this one, the submissive gorilla, will move away. And so I said, okay, I think I'm going to try and be a gorilla today. And so what I did is every time that dominant gorilla would come over to me or would come up behind me, I would walk away, making sure not to look the gorilla in the eyes. I would walk away, and I would just be quiet and silent and still until the gorilla moved away, and then I would go back and I would sit down and I would take more notes and I would observe. And I did that for like an hour and a half until one time the gorilla came behind me, and I didn't notice the gorilla was there, and it just came up behind me. It looked at me kind of like this, and then it looked over at the other gorilla who was sitting somewhere over there. Looks over at the other gorilla. It looks back at me, and looks over at the other gorilla. Looks back at me, and points with its thumb. And the other gorilla's like, what? And this gorilla's looking at me, pointing at me, and you know, I don't know what the gorilla was thinking, but to me it was saying, what the heck is this guy doing? And I still think about that today. It's one of my favorite stories because I have no doubt that that gorilla knew that I was trying to communicate with it. And that was the point of my paper. So one, I got to write a really cool paper, and two, and more importantly, I learned something, I think, just about animals and people in general. If you make an attempt to be observant of your surroundings and of how other people and other things in this world move, maybe you can communicate with them. Maybe you can share a space with them, even if it's not with words. I love that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening to my crazy gorilla story. I love y'all. Peace out. Rock on.